Well, hello, Dr. Keith Johnson, America's #1 confidence coach and Amazon best-selling author and founder of the 83K Academy. Thank you so much for your interest in knowing more about what I'm doing with the 83K Academy. Did you know that you have $1 million asset and some of you don't even know it? Man, years ago, I discovered that I already had $1 million asset, but it was buried. I didn't know I really had it. So during that time of financial difficulty and time of struggle, I was praying to God, like I'm sure many of you have in your past or maybe even right now. I was praying, say, God, I need money. God, I need more income. God, this is not enough. And as I began to pray, it seemed like, man, nothing was really showing up. And what I discovered at my lowest financial point in my entire life, I was $180,000 in credit card debt. I was living in my mother-in-law's house. And what I discovered at my worst time of my financial history of my life, I discovered I already had $1 million. I didn't even know it. Just like you already have $1 million. And you probably don't even know it. And here's what I learned. I learned that actually the scriptures tell us in ancient times that we overcome the enemy by the word of our testimony. Now, think about this for a moment. If you have a testimony, that must mean you went through a test, that you've been through some difficult times, that you had to overcome something, and the fact that you overcame something is proof that you got a testimony now. And here's what I realized. I realized that I was ashamed of my past, ashamed of what I've been through. And because I was ashamed of what I've been through, I devalued my past, in which I discovered my past has great wealth that I could use for my future. Let me give you this quote. It's pretty powerful. I want you to get this. My past has tremendous value to create a fortune in my future. Man, I want you to get this. Man, yeah, your past, my friend, has tremendous value to create a fortune for you for your future. But see, here's the problem, and many people have done exactly what I've done, is that, I devalued what happened to me in my past. I was ashamed of what happened to me in my past. And because of that, I didn't realize that actually that past has tremendous value that could create a fortune for me for my future. And let me tell you something. Once I uncovered, once I unburied, once I unlocked the treasure chest and realized how much my pain in my past and all the things that I went through in my past, all the battles, all the things that I had to overcome, once I realized that had tremendous value, my friend, that's the day my financial destiny started to totally change. And so I want to give you what I call my difference plus a fortune triangle. Because all of us, what? All of us want to make a difference. You connected with 83 Academy because there's something inside of you that said, wow, I want to make a difference. I want to be a speaker. I want to be an author someday. I want to be a coach. I want to help other people. So see, there was something inside of you, and I believe desire reveals design. And so you connected with us. And Because of that, I believe you want to make a difference in other people's lives. And watch this, you can make a fortune. Now, some people only want to make a difference, but I don't want to make a fortune. But you have to keep the two married because you need money to actually make a difference. So you don't want to divide the two. You want to do both. I want to make a difference and I want to make a fortune. Tell me, how do I do that? Let me show you this. First of all, your fortune is actually found in your story. That's right. You see, every single one of us have some sort of story in our past. It's the whole dynamic of everybody in life has been handed a lemon, right? Have you had some bad things happen to you in your life? Well, sure you have. So life has handed you a lemon. Now, when you're handed a lemon, what do? You take the lemon, we've heard it, and we squeeze it and we create what? Lemonade. But listen, giving somebody some lemonade is awesome. It'll refresh them, right? That's where you want to make a difference. Most people stop there. I say, wait a minute. When life hands you a lemon, squeeze, get the lemonade out, but don't stop there. Charge for your lemonade. And see, your story of what happened to you and how you've overcome something is so valuable. And the power of a story is amazing. But what you have to do, like I did, is you have to dig deep to really pull out the story to a point where you can use that story to sell a whole lot of lemonade. Now, you can have a great story, but if you don't know how to sell the story, how to package the story, you see, you'll just have a great story that doesn't go any further than your relatives and your family and maybe a few friends. So if you want to make a difference and a fortune, number one, realize your story has tremendous value. Number two, your knowledge. See, there's some things that you know now as you've moved through your journey in life. There's certain knowledge about certain things that you have that somebody else doesn't have. And because you have that knowledge, see, what happens is that every time you see people who don't have that knowledge, you're like, man, if they only knew this, this, and this. And you know that you have the knowledge, but people around you, people in the world don't have that same knowledge. And many people are perishing because of a lack of what? Knowledge. And so somewhere in your past, you've gained knowledge. Whether that could be in the career that you've had, it could be in the test that you learned to pass, right? It could be in your pain that you overcome, an addiction that you've overcome, a divorce that you've overcome, whatever that may be. There's certain things I know that you have learned, and there's a whole lot of people out there. You may be surprised who don't know what you know, and because you know it, because you've been through it, you'd be amazed how many people will actually, give you money, reward you for the knowledge that you have. The third one I want to cover is this. It's your experience. Now, it's one thing to have knowledge, right? It's another thing to have a story. You have a story, you have knowledge. Now, the third thing is your experience. See, a lot of people can know things from reading books. So people can go to a book and they can make notes and copy notes and figure out how to make the notes. But see, you want to go beyond just just knowledge. You want to bring your experience. And see, experience trumps knowledge. And you have experience in certain things that other people have never experienced before. And that experience of your past, you can use to make a difference and make a lot of money. Now in the old school, we used to teach people, hey, lead with your success story. And let me tell you, that's old school. That's old school. Nobody wants you to stand up and tell them, oh, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm this and I'm that. And I've accomplished this and I've accomplished that. No, that's old school philosophy. New school philosophy is people don't connect with your success. They connect with your pain. And that's why, as we continue to move forward, as there's so many people who are hurting, they have so much pain, people need to hear how you had pain, how you overcome it, and you changed your life. Hey, listen, I want to just let you know, every quarter I'm taking students through my 83K Academy, and I want you to be a part of it. If you have that desire to be a speaker, an author, and a coach, listen, you have tremendous value. You have $1 million asset already in your story, in your knowledge, and now you just need someone to come alongside of you and help you pull it out, help you to identify it, and help you lay it out in such a way that you package it where you'll be attractive and people will want to buy your books. They'll want to hear you speak. They'll want to get your coaching to help them through their pain, through their struggle, through their test. And so I want you to go to 83kacademy.com and I want you to fill out the application. Make sure you fill it out all the way, because again, every quarter I'm only taking a handful of students. You have to fill out an application. I look over those applications, and out of those applications, we're receiving them literally from all over the world. And out of those applications, I'm taking a handful every quarter and I'm personally mentoring them through my 83K Academy program. And I want you, if you feel like, man, I really want to make a difference. I really want to make a fortune. I want to be used by God to touch other people's lives. If that's your heartbeat, if that's your cry, I want to get to know you. I want to connect with you. Now listen, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the dynamic of using your pain to attract attention. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to talk about how to develop your global story. But in the meantime, go over to 83kacademy.com. Make sure you fill out your application in full so that I can take a look at those. Time is short. You need to get moving on this. And thank you so much for connecting with me today.